I am your Super Teacher Gorby, and today we'll be learning about ritual monsters. They are tinted blue and can go to the main deck. Be sure to not mistake them for link monsters, which are tinted slightly darker blue and don't have star levels. Ritual monsters have been a special type of monster dating back to the original anime. Ritual monsters cannot be normal summoned and typically cannot be special summoned unless a specific type of spell card called a ritual spell card is used to summon them. Ritual monsters can also be effect monsters that activate different effects. You can tell what a ritual spell card is if they have a logo on the top right side where the text says spell card. Ritual spell cards, when you typically activate them, require the cost distributing monsters from hand or field in order to special summon a specific ritual monster. I will provide some examples of how ritual summoning has been used over the years, but when the game first started, rituals were used to summon strong monsters with high attack values at the cost of tributing your own monsters. So for the card Crab Turtle, in order to special summon this monster, you have to activate the ritual spell card that's connected to it. In this case, the card is called Turtle Oath. During your turn, activate the ritual spell card Turtle Oath. Crab Turtle is a level 8 monster. So for the ritual spell card, we will be tributing monsters from our hand and our field to summon Crab Turtle. Since we have 2 copies of the monster card Beaver Warrior, 2 monsters whose monster levels equate to 8, we can use them as tribute material to summon Crab Turtle. It doesn't have to be 2 or more monsters to be used as material. For instance, since Blue Eyes White Dragon is in our hand and it is a level 8 monster, we can use just Blue Eyes White Dragon as tribute material to summon Crab Turtle. As long as you can tribute monsters up to 8 or more, you can summon the ritual monster. Even though Cypher the Sky Dragon is a level 12 monster, you can use it to fulfill the requirement for the ritual summon. Now instead of Crab Turtle, let's use another ritual monster as an example. One of the most popular ritual archetypes is Nekroz. At one point, Nekroz was considered the best deck in Yu-Gi-Oh! Back in 2015, with it being one of the very few decks to ever hold the title as a Tier 0 deck. It is important to note that as the game continues to progress, also will the way how cards are made. For the monster Crab Turtle, the ritual spell card used monsters in the hand and or on the field to fulfill the ritual summon requirements. The problem with ritual cards in the beginning was that duelists are giving up too much for a ritual monster. If you start with 5 cards, then you activate the ritual spell card, you have to get rid of cards to fulfill the cost. Also, you'll be summoning the ritual monster from your hand. So, you went from having 5 cards in your hand to now having 1 card in your hand and a monster on the field that can easily be defeated. To circumvent this, ritual spell cards like Nekroz try to minimize the cost by using cards from your extra deck and the graveyard instead of just your hand and field. The deck Megalith, instead of being reliant on just a ritual spell card, has monsters that alternatively can play the role as a ritual spell card in the form of monster effects. The deck Drytron has a ritual spell that ritual summons not by levels, but by the attack stats of a monster. Ritual monsters and spell cards have evolved to the point that ritual-based decks have varying playstyles that make them distinct from one another. However, cards like Preparation of Rites, and sometimes Pre-Preparation of Rites, have been staples to making sure you can get access to the right ritual monsters from your deck. Ritual monsters are not necessary for your deck. If you want to play ritual monsters, that typically means you have to play a ritual-based deck for it to be the best it can be. If you are interested in playing ritual-based decks, I recommend looking into decks like Makanko, Drytron, Libromancer, Gishki, and Nekroz. Now you can put in some ritual cards in non-ritual based decks, and we've seen it work sometimes on Master Duels, but for the most part in the TCG and OCG, it usually doesn't work. On Master Duels, a lot of Blue Eyes players have been using Chaos Max Dragon because it has some synergy with the deck, being an entire deck full of level 8 monsters, and the requirement to summon him is a level 8 requirement. While it is very rare to find other ritual duelists out there, it is still a unique way to play Yu-Gi-Oh! And hopefully you enjoyed today's lesson. Also, good luck on today's quiz.
It's quiz time!